Hey everyone, I'm Marina from Pineapple Yarn and I'm here to share with you what I have been working on this week. So I'm super excited about my finished object this week because it has been a long time coming. This is my granny square Afghan and I have been working on this close to 2 years, I think. It was about 2 years ago that I started the very middle of it. And I'll show you the very middle. It's quite a large blanket, but this middle section here are all of my leftovers from the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along from about 2 years ago. I think that was Shawlography, and Slipstravaganza was the one last year. I can't remember, but 2 years ago I knit a shawl using these colors. And I had leftovers and I just thought that it would be really pretty together in an Afghan. So these are fingering weight held double here in the middle. And I just love these colors. I think they're so beautiful. And so the whole middle section of the blanket are those leftovers. And then from about here, you can kind of see I had a lighter stripe here. This is where I began using just leftovers out of my stash. And so all through here, I've alternated DK weight as well as fingering weight held double. And I basically just went through my yarn stash and got all of the fingering weight yarn, all the DK weight yarn that I could that was these tones. So anything that was like a warm color, you know, obviously some neutrals. So I'm going to stand up and show you how large this is because it's big. So here you can see it's all the way out to here. And I love this so much. I've used it even despite the summer temperatures and high humidity. I've used this on the couch quite a bit, and so have my kids, and everyone wants to sit next to me and use this blanket. It's a really great blanket. It was so simple to make. It really was just beginning with a crochet granny square in the middle. There are tons of free tutorials online how to do this, and I just went around and around. So it was quite a slog at the end because the rows were very long, but it wasn't that bad. Maybe because it is a large blanket, but it's not a queen size bed blanket size. It really wasn't bad. But then here, just to finish it off, I just basically did single crochet all the way around in this really pretty color. I love this color. This is honeycomb from the shop, and I love that color. You can see it, I think, let's see, right about here, this gold color. I love that color. So I had enough of that left in a DK weight, so I just did a really simple single crochet border all around. And as far as a hook size, I can't really remember. I may have used a size I hook, which may be too large. An H maybe is better. I'm not really sure. What I would do, I'm sure there are free patterns online. I'm sure there's all kinds of resources you can find. What I would do is, if you're interested in making one of these, just try and find a free tutorial. If I see any when in editing this video, I will post some in case you're interested in checking it out. But yeah, I was really happy how this turned out, and it was funny because I was kind of like tucking the ends in as I crocheted, and I don't really know how else to explain that. Just basically when you do a when you're crocheting the clusters and you're going into the space below, I basically just held the extra yarns, like the tail ends, along for several inches and grabbed them with the when I went down to the next row to do the cluster of crochet. If you know how to do a granny square, I hope you'll know what I'm talking about. But I still had a lot of ends that weren't woven in, and so my 9-year-old daughter, she's so funny. She asked me how to do it, and I showed her, and she wove in all the rest of the ends. She really enjoyed it, which is so funny. So so yeah, the finishing of this went really fast, and I'm just really happy with it. I'm sure we will enjoy it all winter. It is such a great blanket, and it was just a really fun way to use up scraps. I didn't plan out colors at all. As far as just, color management on this, what I did is I was more concerned with alternating DK weights between fingering weights. So every other row, I would do like the DK, and then I would do fingering weight held double, DK, fingering weight held double. And I was pretty consistent nearly to the end, but I was running out of yarn. So I think there may have been a few rows that maybe had, 2 rows that were fingering weight held double, something like that. And then, as far as the colors go, I did try to not do 2 rows of any of the same color, but other than that, I really didn't plan any. So I was just so excited how this turned out. It's so pretty. I love the colors. I definitely, I love cooler colors. I mean, my shirt's a cooler color, but I really like warm colors, and this is what I really love. So this was such a fun blanket, and I had so much fun making it. And yeah, so I'm happy that this is done so we can finally use it. But that was really all I worked on this week. I have been trying to work on the poncho every day. I did not even bring it out here into the studio because it's just stuck in it round after round after round. I think it's to the point now where I can have my daughter try it on. This is a poncho I'm knitting for my 11-year-old daughter, and she needs to try it on and make sure it's a good length. I would hate to make it too big and then she doesn't ever wear it because it's too oversized. And so I want to have her try it on here, probably like today, have her try it on, and then figure out if I can just do the hem. And once I do that, once I do the finishing, that's it. I mean, there's no sleeves. Really, it's simple from here on out, but it's also very boring. It's such a boring knit. And so I've been trying to force myself to do it for like 15 minutes a day and just really slog through those rounds. But I think it's time that I have her try it on, and hopefully we're getting close. If we haven't reached a great length, hopefully we're getting close. But as far as knits, like that's really it. That's all I have been working on. So I guess I will just go into what I've been doing in the shop. I mentioned it last week that I would take a little bit of footage and photos of what I've been working on, and so I have been dyeing and winding the advent calendars like crazy, and my oldest daughter's been helping me, which is just amazing. She's such a great help. And so as you can see, I just have a ton of yarn here. I mean, just bins and bins and bins of yarn. And hopefully this isn't too much of a spoiler. It's in black and white, so hopefully it's not too much, but it's going along really well. If you haven't got your advent calendar yet, I still have the pre-orders in the shop in case you're interested, and I'll link that below. But yeah, I think that this month I will have them, I will have them all dyed, I will have them all wound, and the packing will start. So once the packing begins, I mean, it's for real. Like it's all coming together, and it's so exciting. So those are coming along. And then I wanted to also mention, for any of you interested in clubs or purchasing anything from the shop, this month will be my final pre-order month for clubs. So from this point on, I will have club pre-orders in September to be shipped around the 11th or 12th of October, and then I will be taking a break for the rest of 2022. So if you are interested in pre-ordering a club or purchasing something from the shop, this will be it as far as updates and subscriptions and clubs from my shop. I will, once I have the advent calendars finished, those still will be in the shop. I do plan on dyeing extra, so I will have hopefully plenty in the shop for sale and for purchase, even after the pre-orders are over. But yeah, so if you're interested in picking up a club this month, this will be the final month for 2022. As far as next year, what the future holds, I don't really know. It's the beginning of September right now. It feels like 2023 is forever away. And yeah, we'll just see how the few months that I have off, how those work out, and I will let you know in case you're interested. But as for now, the rest of 2022, I will not be having any more updates or club pre-orders except for this month. This will be the final month. But that is about it for me this week. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you like this episode, I'd love if you give it a thumbs up. And I hope you're enjoying all of your crafting, especially as we're looking towards autumn. It's here nearly. I mean, I'm sure most of you are having warm weather here in the Northern Hemisphere, still having warm weather. But fall is coming. So I hope that you are really enjoying your crafting, and that just gets you excited and really looking forward to the cooler weather and to cool weather projects. But I will see you next week, and until then, I hope you have an awesome day. Bye.